Hello everyone, Argsy here. It is the 9th edition of Fact Sheet Friday for Farming Simulator 25, and we finally have some information about the Aprilia dirt bike that we saw in the pre-release trailer. As well as that, we've got several tractors, a Forage Harvester, and the 853 wheel truck. So let's go and take a look at it all. So in no particular order, we're going to take a look here first at the Aprilia RX125 dirt bike. Now, it only costs $4,000, which actually makes it incredibly affordable. Its practicalities though, probably a little less so. 15 horsepower engine, it is a manual bike, weighs 134 kilograms, and will take 7 litres of fuel. I was going to say diesel, but highly likely this is going to be running on gasoline, petrol, unleaded, whatever you want to go and call it. But what's most interesting there, 100 km per hour maximum speed, or 62 miles per hour if you are that way inclined. I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing handles. This could be the best way, particularly because of that top end speed and the maneuverability of dirt bikes, to figure out how well the handling physics have been upgraded for Farming Simulator 25. So interested to see what that is all about. I'm also keen to see if it has any different skins or any different patterns. I know from the Aprilia website it does come in a few different styles, so it'd be cool to see some of those come through. So moving on next, as I said, there is a Forage Harvester, and today we've got the Jaguar 990 TerraTrack from Class, as well as the Orbis 900 header. Now this is a $625,500 Forage Harvester, has a huge 925 horsepower, which it needs to be able to run that header, which is 9 meters wide, weighs in at 18.6 ton, only has 37 litre capacity. Now, if you've used Forage Harvesters in FS25 or prior, you do know that these don't have a hopper. That capacity is just there to basically make it work. Road speed running there 40 kilometers or 25 miles per hour to move between your fields. Huge storage capacity there for diesel, 1500 litres compared to that 7 litres we saw on the dirt bike, running a variable CVT transmission, and it has those 4 different fill types there. And taking a look at the header, which will go on the front of this beast, the Orbis 900, it is $127,000 to buy, so you're looking at the best part of $750,000 to be able to run this setup. It requires 840 horsepower, so we've got plenty of power there in the TerraTrack. It weighs in at 4.1 tonnes, but it is 9 meters wide, which is a huge amount of crop to be picking up in one go. Will run at 10 kilometers per hour or 6 miles per hour, but what I'm most fascinated about, this is a rotary disc cutting type header. It's not a mowing header, but all those different crops it will do. So we've got corn, which is what you'd typically expect to do with this type of header, but we also see a number of cereal crops there: wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghum, soybeans, and sunflowers. So interesting to see. We might have some different options for making silage. I know we've been able to do whole crop silage and things like that previously, mowing some of those, but definitely, well, I won't say definitely, but I can't recall having been able to do some of those silage varieties with this type of header. So that's pretty cool. Looking forward to testing that out. Now next up, our new favourite manufacturer, Case IH Agriculture, with the Puma 260 CVX drive tractor and the Case RB456 HD Pro around baler. Now taking a look first up at the tractor, this is a $270,500 tractor. Has a 302 horsepower engine capacity, which is actually pretty sizable for a $270,000 tractor. Quite impressed with that. I would pick this as a medium tractor just based on those engine sizes. Variable CVT transmission, 390 litres of diesel storage. Nice speed there on the road, 50 kilometers or 31 miles per hour. So it will get you around very fast. Weighs in at 7.3 tons. Then we can see that it is configured with a front 3-point hitch as well. So pretty versatile there for what you might want to use it for. Now we see it here, it does have the RB456 HD Pro round bale on the back. This baler will do 125 to 150 centimetre bales, so some good options there. Will cost you $65,000, only requires 120 horsepower to run it, so this tractor is well overpowered for that. Weighs in there at 4 tonnes. Has an operating speed of 17 kilometers or 11 miles per hour, so quite a speedy little baler. Now what we don't see there on the fact sheet is any fill types going into it, so whether this will take the bale twine, the bale wrap, well, it obviously won't take the wrap, but whether it'll take the bale twine and the netting, we will just have to wait and see. Although we did see in the Bale Consumables blog that has just been released, we did see the case branded bale wrap or bale twine in that, so perhaps it will be an option when we get into the game. Now the second of the tractors, the New Holland T7 LWB long wheelbase PLMI. I'm not going to guess what the PLMI stands for, but I do know that LWB is long wheelbase. Now this is a $239,000 tractor with 224 horsepower. So compared to the case we just saw, which was $270,000 for 300 plus horsepower, you're getting more power for less dollars with the case than you are here with the New Holland. So interesting to see the trade-offs between the two. 7.3 tons it weighs, 390 litres of diesel storage, variable CVT transmission, and once again you can run this at 50 kilometres or 31 miles per hour on the road. And behind that is the Vaderstat Rexius 1230 roller. Now this is an $81,000 roller. It is 12.3 metres wide though, so it does cover quite some width. Horsepower required to pull it is 170 horsepower, and when you're in the field it will run at 12 kilometers or 7 miles per hour, and as its primary function is to roll and sort of flatten out the field, it does weigh in at a hefty 8.3 tons, so quite a weighty piece of equipment. What is interesting on this is it does show a capacity there of 180 litres. Now there's no evidence or anything showing that looks like it could seed, but I do wonder whether this could be used to seed a cover crop or something like that, as we've seen with some other rollers or weeders, all those kind of things in FS25. So not quite sure on what that 180 litres is there for, but we'll just have to wait and see, I guess, when the game comes out, exactly what that means. And the final little piece of equipment, and I mean little in the truest sense, we've kind of bookended this with little equipment at the start and the finish, is the Ape 50, which is branded with Piago on the back. I'm not sure exactly where that connection comes to, but it does look like this is the Ape 50 is the way it's been presented to us. This is in the car category. Again, nice and affordable, $5,500. I thought the 15 horsepower motorbike was pretty low powered. This only has 3 horsepower, although it does have a little bit more storage there at 10 litres of, again, I'm going to guess that this is a petrol gasoline fueled vehicle. Variable CVT transmission, pretty classy for this. Runs at 38 kilometers per hour or 23 miles per hour on the road. Weighs in at a lightweight 492 kilograms. So not a bad looking piece of kit. But what I found most interesting when we were looking at this is when we zoom in on what it has on the back of the it when we see it in the screenshots. And to me, in my eye, I'm reckoning that that is bagged spinach. Now, it's not something we've seen before. We haven't learned anything about productions that are coming with the new crop, so this is pure speculation. But to my eye, when you look at that, it does look like a bagged leafy green, which leaves us with spinach or lettuce, and we know how lettuce is presented to us in the greenhouses now, so unless they're changing that, my money's on spinach. So we'll just have to once again wait and see what comes with that when the game releases. So there we go, a big selection today with 8 different pieces of equipment. It's interesting to see what does look like the bags of spinach there on the back of the 850. Now this may confirm what has long been suspected about some new production options being added for the new crops, but once again, time will tell whether that is the case. Now, of course, as always, a reminder that you can pre-order Farming Simulator 25 right now, and if you're doing that through the Giants game store, you can use our partner code ArgsyGaming to help support the channel at no additional cost to you. So, once again, I hope you found this one informative. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.